Welcome to another episode of the Presidential Executive Podcast, episode 21, right? Episode 21. It's been a hectic week. First and foremost, I want to give a shout out to my wife. You know what I'm saying? Been a long week, and the days that we spend up here at night sometimes, even though I do it when the kids and stuff are asleep, you know what I'm saying? She miss your boy, you know what I'm saying, sometimes and stuff like that. So, I understand and I appreciate you letting me go, during these time periods. So
appreciate you, Mrs. JB.
Shout
Mrs.
out.
Rachel.
Shout out. Again, subscribe, like, share, follow, comment, all that stuff to all our pages on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, Presidential Executive Podcast. So what's up, Rag?
You a Twitter page now?
We do got a Twitter page. It's I think everything was taken, so I couldn't put Presidential Executive. It was like it's President Exec 3 or something. So I'm gonna post it, down here so you can maybe see it. But follow us on
tweet now.
Yeah, follow us on Twitter now too. No tweets out, but follow and we can make that happen. Maybe I'll put that over to Rag over here. Let him go ahead and get the tweet on and do all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, you in Dirty Dover, right? You moved.
It's like Bartlett Lake, close to Lakeland and everything.
Lakeland,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
Newly moved guy over here. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long week for both of us. Been trying to link up, and we just been doing life. You know what I'm saying? Doing life. So this guy's on the move in a lot of little areas. You know what I'm saying? So, gotta do what we gotta do, man. You know what I'm saying? We push forward and do that. So, you good, Rag?
Yeah, man, I'm good. Like you said, man, just working and tired. Like even off work, we're still working. So, but it's good to be back. You know what I'm saying? Back in the lab.
Yeah.
Back in the it's almost like a second home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So even though the feng shui of the room doesn't agree, there's a lot of Dallas Cowboy stuff in here.
Hey, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like still,
my boy.
It's always good to be in here.
For sure. Let's get into it, man. It's a lot of divide going on about this particular movie that came out on Amazon Prime Video last week, I think, last Friday. The delegation of black people are split, I think, on the, critically acclaimed Coming to America 2. Me personally, I'll just say this. I actually got off early on Friday. It was like, look, we're going to watch this while the kids sleep. There won't be no interruptions. I don't want to hear no noise. I want to indulge in this Eddie, the GOAT. I want to indulge in this. Okay, so I looked at it, started off, I think, real good. I think the storyline was okay. The acting was pretty good to me. The acting was pretty good as far as, I don't know her name, the lady that played Eddie's oldest daughter, the darker skinned girl.
Because I want to say, I think the youngest daughter is
his daughter. Yeah.
Right.
And so I thought Coming to America, the sequel was good from the lens that I never expected it to be even coming close to the first one. Now, where it did have some cheesy moments, you know what I'm saying? Had a couple of cheesy moments. It had to bring back the first movie nostalgia, you know what I'm saying? Well, certainly brought back the twins and with the rapping twins at the end and stuff like that. Like, I thought that was cool. Like, they had the salt and pepper, what a king. That was kind of
trash.
Yeah, that was. I kind of cringed a little bit when I saw salt and pepper doing. I was like, okay, but I kept watching. So overall, I'm with it. I'm not the one to say it's trash, but people that say it's trash, I guess I could get it, but I kind of expected that. I knew they wasn't going to go too far away from that brand, the Coming to America brand. And also I give a shout out to Eddie, because I saw what he was doing. Like, the dude that played his son, like he didn't have any superstar comedians in there. Pretty much, I don't count Lisa Leslie as a
Leslie Jones.
Leslie Jones as a, she is from Memphis, by the way. Salute. You know, so I don't count her as a superstar. I think he wanted to give her that platform to kind of, you know, put her on. And the dude that played his son on there, he's an up and coming Jermaine Fowler. He's a kind of a up and coming actor, comedian, and doing all that. So he tried to put, you know, certain people on. Actually, the other dude that's in, you know, Desi Banks, the dude that do the social media videos. One of the dudes in his videos, he was Eddie's son's, one of his uncle's friends or something. Like, he was in the background, one of the other dudes. You know what I'm saying? I saw him in the back. I'm like, okay, Eddie gave him a shot, put him in the film. You know what I'm saying? So I give a shout out to Eddie for doing all that. So if I had to rate it out of 5 stars, 3.4. I give it 3.4. 3.4. So what you say? What say you, Rag?
I say the danger in making a sequel is most sequels never live up to the original. And then in some cases, if you do a series, like it's people who like Rocky 4 better than they like the first Rocky.
For sure.
My personal favorite is Rocky 3. Mr. T is like the best.
I like that one too. Now, before you get into it, I do have 10 movies that I think the sequels were bomb, were good.
Right.
So I will.
Okay. Let's go over there.
Okay.
So, but like again, Godfather, the second Godfather, you know, like man, amazing. Terminator 2, you know, comes to mind.
Yep.
So it's instances where a sequel can be as good or surpass the original, and then other times I think it's sequels that may not be as good, but it's not a letdown. And I look at like Next Friday. It wasn't as, the story was better in the first Friday, but the next Friday it was like they didn't try to make the first Friday.
Yeah.
And so to me, just pound for pound, funniest is like the second one, because that's all it was just every scene. Every time you cut to a scene, it's just funny.
Yeah.
Uncle Elroy, we introduced to Day Day. When old girl messed up Day Day, like the dad in the bathroom, like you can't, when little Joker walks out the house and see Craig's like, what the fuck? Like, it's Pinky. You know what I'm saying? Like every scene just about is funny. So with that being said, like when I look at this, it's missing that element of it. Now, just being a good movie, I think just being a good movie, it was a good movie. Okay. It wasn't a good sequel. Had I never seen the first one and I just saw this one, it was a good movie.
Right.
The reason why.
So what you say you liked it?
No, it was good.
It was good. Okay.
And spoiler warning. So if you don't want to be spoiled, like you should have been logged off.
You should have been.
Click off the rundown. So we'll give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Randy Watson, to me, he was funnier in this one than he was in the first one.
Yeah.
Like the only thing missing to me was the mic drop.
Yeah, I was.
You know what I'm saying? But we are family. I got sexual chocolate with me.
Right.
Like that.
Yeah.
It's like he was. I could not stop laughing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when Randy Watson showed up. Like you said, Leslie cut up. I think she's the unsung hero of the whole thing. Tracy Morgan was gold.
Well, let me say this about Tracy.
Go ahead.
The only thing about Tracy is I wish they would have gave him more freedom to kind of go off, because we know Tracy can be a fool and a half by himself. Yeah. So if you seen any Tracy Morgan interview, you know what we're talking about. Yeah, like he can go off. Like I just wanted him to have a little bit more freedom.
A lot of people didn't know when he was on it. Was it the Golden Globes or something when he announced the winner? Or was that the Oscars?
Yeah.
And I think it was Sal instead of Soul.
Yeah.
But Sal is the character he played in Coming to America. Like, so that was like, a lot of people didn't know that.
That's
so
right.
Like, it's like, snap, he was actually giving a shout out to himself. But
Tracy dope though.
Yeah, he was gold. I liked people forget Wesley Snipes was like a dope actor. Like, we remember him for Blade and The Art of War and like all of these movies where he's fighting in. People forget White Men Can't Jump. They forget New Jack City. They forget Jungle Fever, Mo Better Blues, and although like whatever with the drag queen thing, but like that too long for like dude could act. He was a serious actor. Yeah. And so in the last two things he's been in, which is The Dolomite Is My Name, as well as playing General Izzy and Coming to America, like it was just perfect. You know, it's like his facial expressions, his body language. You know what I'm saying? Like dude is underrated. Wesley Snipes is underrated as heck.
And honestly, I forgot almost. Just when I look at it, because you know, you kind of remember kind of more serious roles with him and Blade and other stuff, but you forget, like, dude is so versatile. Like, White Man Can't Jump, like, you know what I'm saying? We knew folks grew up just like him on the court. Just like
and had the best, most quotable, like I use this and that. You could stick a cat in the oven. Yeah. That doesn't make it a biscuit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I use that for a lot of stuff that's going on in the world today. You can stick a cat in the oven. That don't make it a biscuit. Just because you want another subject for another day.
Yeah.
But with that being said, the thing that I hated the story. Okay.
It could have been better.
But no, I'm going to tell you why, though.
Could have been better.
Because to me, it was a lot of pandering. And what I mean by that is like, and you know this, like, growing up. And now, keep in mind, like, we played, you know, you played tennis with, like, with some women that can flat foot play, like, it is what it is. Or you play ball. And so, because it's a girl out there playing, now you want to play out, you know, you don't want to play as hard. You want to be passive and everything like that.
Yeah.
Because of the world that we live in today, the story was pandering to,
and I saw that,
an audience so much so to the point that and then not only that, but also pandering because he is so, why would you apologize 30 years later for a comedy stand-up that you did, number one, in your early 20s.
Right.
Number one, 30 years ago, number two, rather, 30 years ago. Number three, some of the stuff that he said, the LGBTQ plus community was not offended by it then.
Right.
And it wasn't said in a tasteless way. Some of the biggest people that enjoyed it and loved it were people of that community.
Right.
But you're apologizing for that. So now I feel like you can't be free to express your comedy in the way you want to because I don't want to offend anybody.
Right.
But then also this pandering, and it goes back to like Leslie Jones, Memphin, loved her on Saturday Night Live. Just about everything she's in, I loved her in. But like when they redid the Ghostbusters movie, why? It would have been better if they had took and all of the women that was in that movie are dope actresses, dope comedians. Why would you remake something instead of just taking something like, for example, like Girls Trip? Girls Trip ain't a female hangover.
It's his own.
You know what I'm saying? Like Bridesmaids wasn't a female hangover. Like Girls Trip wasn't even a black version of Bridesmaids.
Right.
But and I could sit up if Bridesmaids or Girls Trip was on right now. I could watch it because it's funny.
Yeah. That's,
you know what I'm saying? It's Tiffany just
had his
funny.
Finest work.
It's not trying to be like Ocean's 8 or whatever it was, sucked because it's like we're pandering. Excuse me. I got so passionate. We're pandering.
You good?
Let me get another.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and get a little yakety yak.
Got my powers back.
There you go.
So, but it's like we're pandering. It's like, oh, you know what? Oceans 11, 12, and 13 was good. Let's pander to the female community instead of making a dope thing. Like, cause to me what that says is indirectly, I don't think you're talented enough on your own to do something dope. So let me take something that's already been done. Cause to me, that's a bigger insult. And I'll shoot you a line. Did you ever see the last Shaft that came out?
No.
Samuel L. And then they had the guy that played in Survivor's Remorse, and he played on The Boys.
Not the line.
Okay, so it's a part in there where the chick that used to play on New York Undercover, She was with
Latino?
Torres, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
She's a villain in the movie. She's not the main villain, but
yeah,
she got up with a bat and got ready to hit Shaft and his son. So Shaft pulled his gun out on her. So his son is like, no, what are you doing? That's one. You know what I'm saying? He said, I'm not insulting her femininity. Like, you did that.
Right.
He said, I'm recognizing that she could kick my butt right now with this baseball bat.
Right.
He's like, you the one that insulted her by insinuating that because she's a woman. And to me, that's what you're doing indirectly. When you have to pander.
Yeah.
And to me, that was what the whole movie was. It's like, oh, no. Yeah, okay. And again, I get it. Sometimes traditions can be archaic.
Yeah.
And they can be outdated and everything. But all tradition ain't bad. Because would a lot of women had a problem with that if it was the other way around?
Yeah.
What if it was a movie about Amazon women and one of these Amazon queens had a son and it's like, oh no, you can't be the king of the Amazons because you're a man. Right. Women would be like, no, this is Amazonian and we're women and only women can rule. So, but when it's the other way around. Now, again, did I think that women in Zamunda shouldn't have been able to own businesses? No, that's crap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, should you be silent just because a man says be silent? No, that's crap.
Yeah.
But if the tradition is like, I have to pass it down from king to king.
Right. That's what,
you know what I'm saying? And that's what made the story whack to me.
I do think it was predictable, to your point. I do think, like, in the beginning of the movie, like, you already saw who Hakeem's son was going to fall in love with the help. You saw that, brewing, and then you saw, well, okay, she's going to be like they kind of tied it in like, Hakeem broke the rules. He should have married the lady from Zamunda, never flee to New York. You know what I'm saying? So he broke the rules. So it's now he's quote unquote going to break the rules. But it was pretty predictable when it came to, okay, we're going to get this queen movement, this Shira thing. So, yeah, I'm with you on that.
I mean, and not because it just came off as pandering. To me, it would have been better if maybe, I mean, it would have been doing the same movie over again, I guess. You know what I'm saying? If like the daughter was going to become the queen and then she has to find her own, you know what I'm saying? Right. Like that would have been a little bit more predictable, I guess. But,
yeah.
Like, I mean, to me, like I saw that as soon as, you know what I'm saying? Like the way she was acting it, I hadn't seen any reviews on it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't on Facebook. I wasn't on Instagram.
It was showed all on there.
Yeah, and because you had asked me, had I seen it? And I was like, and this wasn't even supposed to be the topic. This was supposed to be a rundown topic.
Right.
But after I watched it, I was like, no, we need to make this a topic. We need to talk about this. But only because it's pandering.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and think about this now. Like, let's be real, black people. Like, if you've worked on a job, how uncomfortable you feel when you walk into an office. It's one thing to be the only black person somewhere. It's another thing though when you have people saying stuff and doing stuff because they know you black and they letting you know like we know you're black. So hey, what's up, partner? What's up, homegirl? Like you feel some type of way about that because it's like, why are you pandering to me? Like, why are you patronizing me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're insulting my intelligence. Like, just talk to me real.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it would have been better if it had been a thing of like, you know what? She had been like, okay, you know what? I'm preparing for this. But I recognize tradition. And then the son had came to a thing and been like, you know what? She been prepping for this role. So why don't we jointly rule this thing? Or why don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I let you take the lead and you know what I'm saying? Like,
because they said she did grow up like training for this role, like it was already in place when she was younger. You know what I'm saying? Without like any thought or any doubt. It was like, I guess he had no son, so I guess it's just a matter of fact, I'm gonna be the queen. Like we have no other heir, so it's like, Yeah, that's an interesting point within that. I saw that too. I thought it was I would have just called it predictable. But pandering, I can see that as well. Like I thought it was very modernish in the world that we're living in.
In the worst sense.
Yeah.
In the worst way possible.
Mm-hmm. You know you're gonna get some ladies on you for that, right?
I don't care. It's chestnut. Like, okay, but check this out. Check this out, though.
I'm with
now,
you.
And you ain't got to be mad at me because I'm just spitting facts. So now, if I'm the king of a country, when I marry somebody, she automatically becomes what?
The queen.
On the flip side, if you're the queen of a country, if you marry a dude, what does he become? He'll be named like the Duke of something.
Yeah.
He can't.
Right.
You can't make him the king.
Right.
You don't have you see what I'm saying?
Or what was it Kamala Harris' husband? Was it the second man?
You see what I'm saying? You cannot, but on the flip side, when I'm in that position, you automatically become elevated as an equal to me.
Yeah. Right.
You get to stand right next to me.
That's true.
So now y'all can be mad, but it is what it is. Africa, the UK, anywhere that has a king or a queen, like has a ruler like that, throughout history, when you've had societies that had a woman who was the queen, her dude did not become the king.
This is true.
But automatically, if a king marries anybody, whether she be royalty or a peasant, think about this now. Prince Hakeem, became the king. His wife automatically became Queen Lisa.
Mm-hmm. Just like that. Immediately.
You know what I'm saying? Like the whole reason why Wesley Snipes wanted his daughter to marry his son is because she automatically is going to be the next queen of...
Yeah.
And if he still got some sway, he can manipulate that situation.
Right. Yeah.
So y'all can be mad, but I'm just spitting facts. It is what it is. I didn't make the rules up. It is what it is.
So out of 5 stars, what would you give it?
As far as being a sequel, 1.
Okay.
If I had I never seen the first one and just my first time seeing a movie, it's a good movie. I can sit down, you got a family, you can sit down with your family and watch it. It's nothing that you had, even though it has some jokes and stuff, but I would say if EJ a little bit older, you know what I'm saying? Probably 2 or 3, but ain't no reason why EJ in 3rd grade, if by the time he gets in 3rd grade, he could sit down and watch that with y'all.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's nothing too over his head or will be corrupting him, to that point. But I would say just as a standalone, I would say 3.5 as a standalone, as a sequel. Because I think that, again, because of today's time, I don't want to offend the LGBTQ plus, don't want to offend white folks, don't want to offend black people, don't want to offend Native Americans, don't want to offend right wing, don't want to offend left wing, so much so to the point that it really wasn't as funny.
Yeah.
Even I just had a feeling where I was just watching a movie.
And that's really coming from the black community too. With the women, because a lot of the black women.
A lot of black women have been saying it's trash.
Independent, yeah, they have. But my point was they're trying to, saying they're independent women, the bosses, they can be the queen. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of this pushback from that storyline, I think, is kind of catering to the black community too, a little bit, just because the black woman probably, I know some that I saw, at least on my timeline, loved it because, oh yeah, women, we can be anything, you know what I'm saying? A man can do, and you know what I'm saying? Be the queen. Yeah, go ahead, sis.
Okay, that's bull crap. That's bull crap. And this may be our next topic. But you can't say you want to rule, but then be mad when a dude can't pull his own weight. Because if I'm running it, that means I got it. That means I'm not looking for you to do anything. I just need you to show up. So how can you say I'm a boss, but you got to bring what I'm bringing? Now think about this now. most relationships you've been in, it ain't been like that. Now, it's good when you have that. I'm just saying, it ain't been like that. This ain't no down. They're not knocking no women. But we were raised like as a man, you got to have it.
Gotta get it.
You got to be the one. Like your woman should never come to you. Either I know how to do it, I know who to. I got a phone. Like either or. It ain't never. I don't know.
Right.
So how can you say you're a boss, but then clown a dude because he don't make as much as you? But you the boss though.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, all you should want is somebody to help lift furniture and some hard dick in the evening.
Yeah.
Because you the boss.
This is definitely another topic.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, for real.
That's what I'm saying. But that's
another topic.
That is the, and I said this like on some episodes ago, that is the duplicity, the duality of us, the double standard.
Yeah.
That I want to have the same rank and pull that you have, but I want you to pull the weight.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to do everything. I want you to do more than me, but I still want the same credit. I want my name to be equal on the marquee to yours.
That is real. That is real.
But that's the way it is.
Right.
Now, how many dudes do you know that say, "Oh, you know what? Oh, you work where? How much you make? I'm good. You ain't bringing it." And the woman said, "Oh, what you mean? You supposed to be able to do?" But on the flip, though,
right?
It's like if you're in that position, oh, you ain't doing what I'm doing. But again, if you get with a dude who makes more than you and do all that, how you going? And again, not being spiritual, let's just be real. How you gonna have all these rules and standards on somebody who paying your way, who making your living sweet, who make it to where you can basically do whatever you want to do, have whatever type of career you want? How you gonna have rules and standards on that person? Like, think about this. Now, when we grew up with our mom and dad, how many times you could tell your mom and dad what to do? And they were paying the light bill and the cable bill and buying all the food, driving all the vehicles, taking you out of. You didn't get to make. You just got to live and be happy.
All right. That's what I have to explain to my kids now.
So, how is it that you want somebody to do all of this stuff, but then you say, "Oh, you got to do this and you got to talk to me this way. You can't cheat on me." And I'm not saying that a man should, but but just think about that though.
Yeah. I'm with you.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And so I don't have a problem. And again, I'm a girl dad. Okay. Like, I teach my daughter certain things, but at the same time, I also teach her, don't you run up on no dude trying to act like you're a little boy, and because you're going to have to deal with them problems. Mm-hmm. And I may not be able to be physically right there to bail you out. Mm-hmm. Don't expect something from somebody that you're not willing to do yourself or that you can't do yourself. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? And that is not taught. You can't teach women to have your foot on these niggas' necks on one hand, but then you still want somebody to open the door for you and pay all your bills and like, where they do that at? But you in charge though. Mm-hmm. And really, the way, you know, from coaching, like if you coach a team or something, like coaches be up earlier than the players do. Yeah. They be there later watching film and going over games later than the players do.
They should.
Because you're in charge. Mm-hmm. You got more responsibility. So if you're going to be that, then you should be pulling most of the load. Mm-hmm. But you can't get somebody that you want to be equal and then expect him to cater to you too.
Yeah. Yep. That is another episode. We will begin.
Oh, so before we end, what's your movies that was the sequels were better?
Yeah, these are ones that just came to my head. Like no particular order.
And if I disagree, I'm gonna just say negative.
You're gonna say, okay. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
I gotta give it to you.
Batman Returns. You remember that?
You know the Michael Keaton shot.
Yeah, with we had the Penguin and Catwoman.
Yeah. And then on that same vein, Dark Knight was actually better than Batman Begins.
I got that on there too.
Okay. Good job. You know I mess with Batman.
Yeah. Back to the Future.
You think 2 was better than the first one?
Really 3. I like 3 more than Am I thinking about 3?
When they went back to the Wild West?
Was that 3?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe
So
I'm thinking about 2.
Okay.
I'm thinking about 2. I like 2. It was pretty good to me.
Yeah.
And I'm a Rocky 4 buff. Rocky 3 and 4. Those are my 2 best ones right there. I'll go back and forth for both of them. So Rocky.
Pause right there. I just think I like 3 better because I think we got more from Mr. T than we did from Ivan Drago.
Sure. Yeah.
Ivan Drago really didn't say anything. It's just like, I'm going to be quiet and punch stuff.
He didn't have any parts, yeah.
Like, Mr. T, like, you remember that press conference when Rocky was like, and they did the statue, and he shows up in the crowd, and he's just like going off.
Yeah.
He's like, you get that bum a statue? He ain't fought nobody.
Right.
You gave this person a chance? Give me mine. Like,
and he was commentating, I think when Rocky was fighting, and they had Apollo Creed, him and Apollo
was
commentating.
Yeah. He was going off on Creed.
Yeah.
Jump, Creed.
Right.
Don't touch me. You lost.
Yep. He doing that. So
yeah, like and that was like his first movie.
Yeah. Was that his first movie?
Yeah, that was his first movie.
Okay.
So he was now don't get me wrong, like the story I think in Rocky 4 was better.
Oh yeah,
but
for sure.
I like Rocky 3 because and again, maybe a little bit, but it just felt like the black man like I'm coming up. Yeah. And I gotta get it and I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? He kind of reminded me of like the way Mike Tyson was. Mm-hmm. And this is before, like, think about this. This was like 83, I think, or something like that. So like Mike hadn't even really blew up yet. You know what I'm saying? But like he kind of reminded me of that. Yep. But I just had to throw that out there. Okay, so what you got next?
3 and 4. Equalizer 2. Dog. That junk dope, dog. I like it better than the first one. You like the first one better? I know you don't like 3. Cause,
no, ain't no 3.
It's on 3? I thought it was Equalizer 3. Okay.
Equalizer. I gotta give you a negative on that.
Oh.
I gotta give you a negative on that.
Wife ain't gonna like you on that.
No, I mean, I like the set. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a Denzel guy. Denzel has done one movie that I just hated. And that was Out of Time.
You didn't like Out of Time?
Go back and
you talking about with the little white girl, right?
No. That's Man on Fire.
Man on Fire.
Man on Fire is amazing.
Okay, Man on Fire. Okay,
yeah, with Christopher Walken in it and
Out of Time, but Sanaa Lathan.
Yeah, that joint was trash. Okay, and you remember the dude that used to play on Lois and Clark? Dean Cain.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody else was whack in the movie except for him.
Okay, I like
it, so that's what made it suck to me.
Okay,
Denzel is always good.
Out of Time was cool to me,
but the story and everybody else sucked in that movie. Denzel was like the thing that carried the movie.
Okay,
and this is when can you hear me now? When he rolled over the cell phone, that's when that was hot.
Yeah.
But
Man on Fire is a bomb.
Yeah,
that was the bomb. That was bomb.
He was robbed of an Oscar in that one too.
Yeah, he should have got that.
Yeah, man, we gotta do a show on movies that Denzel was robbed in. But
yeah, it's a couple of those for sure,
more than a couple. But like I said, I like the first one though. You know what I'm saying?
The Equalizer.
Yeah, especially I like when he had the hardware store. They're like, "What should you do before you work here?" Like, I used to be one of the pips.
Yeah,
he's like the one on the right, and there's like, I think that's him. Like,
what?
Two, like the guy from Moonlight.
Yeah,
it was like a lot going on in the second one.
You can get him, Rachel. I ain't saying you can get him.
Don't get me wrong. I liked it. I just don't think it was better than the first one.
Okay.
I would say if the first one was 5, the second one is like 4.2 to me. Yeah. So it's not a big drop. Like, it's just if I had to pick one, I would pick the first one. But if again, that's one of those movies. If it's on, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
All right. What you got next?
We already mentioned it. Dark Knight.
Oh yeah,
Dark Knight.
That Heath Ledger, man, rest in peace to one of the goats.
And I'm interested to see what you think about this next one, Beverly Hills Cop 2. What do you like?
The
2 or 3?
only Beverly Hills Cop I really wasn't fun. 3 was kind of.
Which one? The one that was in the amusement park? Or is that? No. That's Beverly Hills Cop.
Not 3 was the one I was just like, But the first 2. I'm good, like either or. Like the first 2 is like one of the movies again when they come on. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I don't really know which one I like more because I like both of them.
Right.
And like I was like a little kid when I saw them, so it's like a lot of stuff that was over my head. And see, this is why stuff sucks now, because they couldn't make that now.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because, you know, they had like the gay cat, like somebody would say this person's going to be offended. Yeah. And it wasn't done distastefully, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like I like the way In Living Color said it, like we would offend everybody equally. Like nobody was too good or too high or too low
to get it.
Whether you handicapped, whether you homosexual, lesbian, whether you transgender, whether you black, white, red, whatever, like anybody can get it. And everybody got it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they made fun of everybody. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like that's why that show was so groundbreaking and it wasn't done from a place of malice. And I think that like, especially when you try to remake these movies, what made the original funny. Like imagine making an All in the Family now. Nah. And you, man, go back and watch that. Yeah. Man, it's relevant today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go back and watch the Jeffersons. It's relevant today.
Yeah.
But you couldn't make that show today. Yeah. Nah. You know what I'm saying? And so like I said, but the first, like I can't give you a negative on that because like I said, I like both of them. And I have to actually go back and sit back and watch both of them again, like back to back to see. But so I can't give you a negative. So I'm gonna say you right for right now. So
like I said, these are the ones that kind of popped in my head. Like I can, you know, as we talk, I can probably like, I forgot about, you know, da. But got Bad Boys on there.
The second one.
Yeah, I like the second, but I like the third one too. The one that just came out not too long ago too. But I like two as well.
If I had to rank them,
but one, you're not gonna beat one. It's one. 2 was cool for a sequel. I think for a sequel,
3 was better than 2 to me.
I agree.
But I would say probably 1.
1, 3, 2.
Yeah.
Probably 1, 3, 2. That would be mine too.
Not the second Fast and the Furious, but I would say 5 was better than 1.
Man, I stopped watching after 4. I stopped keeping up.
I want to say Fast 5 was the one that brought the Rock in.
Was it 5? Okay.
So that was Fast 5.
I like the first 2 Fast and Furious. I was into. I started.
No, when they made Tokyo Drift, it kind of got weird, and then
was that the one Bow Wow was in? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I got Creed 2. Creed 2 was good in my estimation. It was good. It was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
I'm not saying these are my favorite movies of all time. We're just going into just sequels. You know what I'm saying? Just to see what franchise had some good sequels.
Like I said, for me, 1 would be The Godfather. The Godfather 2.
Yeah.
It's just like
yep.
Epic. Like I said, Terminator 2.
I thought about Terminator. Terminator 2 was good.
Those stand out. Not The Hangover, not Friday, not Die Hard. And I mess with my nigga Bruce Willis. I mess with Bruce Willis.
I do like Die Hard. The one with
Samuel Jackson is the third one.
The one they blew up had the gold packets. And they blew up their building. They had the gold. Which one was that? That's I don't even know which one that was.
That's the second one, I think.
Was that the second one? I love that one.
With John Amos in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the second one.
Okay. I like that. Die Hard could have been on here. Because I like that one. And the last one I got on here, I'm sure I got Captain America Winter Soldier. My nigga.
That one was yeah. Them folk when they got to fighting in the middle of the street.
Man.
And I want to say, ain't that the one where he got to fight on the elevator?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something.
That movie kind of caught me by surprise a little bit. Not surprised, because Marvel usually makes good films. But I was like, for a Captain America movie, that Winter Soldier dog was like,
and the way they brought Bucky back, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah,
with the long hair, and it's like,
yeah.
I gotta give you that. Now, I got one a lot of people don't remember. Austin Powers. To me, the third one was the best one.
The third one?
So the third one had Goldmember,
Okay.
Fat Bastard, Dr. Evil, Austin Powers. This is when Mini-Me actually joined Austin's side. When they find out that Dr. Evil is actually Austin's long-lost twin brother, they thought he got killed in an explosion when they were babies. You know what I'm saying? They introduced Austin's dad.
Right.
Now, I'm like, Beyonce wasn't all that in the movie, but the fact that you had Fat Bastard and Goldmember in the same movie is just...
Man, I had to
now, I ain't gonna lie, the second one is... But I actually would rank them 3, 2, 1.
Really?
Yes. Because to me, like... Goldmember's a movie right now, I would be just laughing like nonstop if it came on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's just a movie I would be tripping off of if it came on. Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls, is not as funny as the first one.
It's not. You're not gonna get better than the first one.
Yeah, the first one was.
But it wasn't a bad sequel though.
No, it was fun. Like if that had been the only one.
Yeah.
But the fact that the first one was just so much funnier. In the story, I think the story was better too. It was actually more like the detective work of him trying to find out who rankled. Right, and again, you can't make that movie now,
right?
Because you're gonna say, "Oh, you're hating on transgenders and everything like that." But like,
that's wild.
You know, I mean, that's
wild. But that's it for this one, y'all. So continue with that executive mindset, people.
And as always, keep it presidential. Bow. Arrivederci.